Hey, what's up, Fearless Girls? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Fearless Girls podcast, where we celebrate the strength, resilience, and the achievements of those who want to live fearlessly. So great to have you all on today. Of course, you all know we have switched to the podcast format with podcast and YouTube. So it's your Fearless Girls podcast, Fearless Girls YouTube, and we are really going to be able to chop it up. This is a great subject. So I want you to take a moment, hit the subscribe button, like. We're going to do this podcast thing. We're going to do this YouTube thing, and it's going to be brilliant. And so we're going to have some great guests on. And I was just so elated last week when I had an opportunity to share with you all that we are switching to the podcast / YouTube world. Now, I am your Fearless Girls leader, Dr. T. It's good to have you on, your leader and your host for the Fearless Girls podcast. And so I want you to go to wherever you get your podcast from and look up Fearless Girls. I know that we are still waiting on our platform to make sure that we have everything set up where you can find us, but I can assure you that you will be able to find us very soon. And I know, as I introduce myself, I know that one of my assignments and life callings is to empower you to reach your full potential. I have an expectation for you to reach your full potential. So I'm really excited today because I have a special guest. I have a special guest with me as we kick off our new theme for the month. So I know that you are going to be super excited as I share with you all my special guest who's on with me. Absolutely. So I'd like to welcome the Dr. James White Sr., also known as my trophy husband. So speak to the people, Dr. James. How you doing?
Well, I am great. First off, thank you so much, Dr. Teresa. Thank you so much, Fearless Girls leader, the Fearless Girls tribe, the community, as well as the Fearless guys. What up, fellas?
Absolutely.
We are holding it down. Thank you so much for inviting me to be a part of your platform. Thank you for trusting me with your audience. Thank you for allowing the gift that God has placed on the inside of me, the grace, the wisdom, the experience, to be lended to your audience. So thank you so much. I'm grateful to be here. Grateful to be here.
Very nice.
I was so honored when I received the invitation.
Very good.
So honored when I received the invitation.
Good.
I rearranged my schedule.
He rearranged his schedule. Now y'all see that he's my trophy husband. That's it. That's right. That's right. So listen, I am totally amped, Dr. James, about our theme and our subject. I'm totally amped about it, because I believe that while we're talking about this theme for the month and we talk about today's subject, I believe that we are going to make some major progress with this discussion.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, you know what it is, and I'm going to share it, but I'm just really excited about having this discussion about this particular subject, because I think there's some truth to it. I think we just need to massage it a little bit.
I think there's some great truth to it. When you shared it with me, I was excited, thinking the liberation and deliverance and freedom that people are going to gain.
Yeah.
Because they're going to receive a healthy perspective, a healthy balance. They're going to be able to shift their perspective from one side to a more holistic, mature approach to the subject.
I like it. So our theme this month, Dr. James, is boy balance. So share a little bit because when I said that the theme was boy balance, you were like,
Yeah. What meaneth that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speak clear so I can understand. I don't want to really. I'm not sure the liberty that I have, so I don't want to be a clumsy chef and spill the beans. So I'm being very reserved and limited on my free speech.
Okay,
to
I got
ensure
you.
that it is released in the right format.
The right time frame.
I will say this: it has been clear throughout the history of our church, especially I would say in the last decade. It has been much more profound. your impact in the lives of men, you championing men's cause the right way.
Got it.
Not babying men, but being that mother figure that some men didn't even realize they need at this phase in their life.
Yeah.
Being able to have that comforting, calming voice, yet encouraging and the wisdom to, man, my mama said I could do it. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like that.
Being able to do that.
Right.
To grown men who are responsible for families, responsible in the community, grown men who are making significant strides.
Yeah.
And yet that role, it's just really, really skyrocketed, I would say, in the last 10 years.
And let me tell you this. I got the title of my message today for Father's Day.
For the men's
Oh,
summit.
my God.
Yes.
So Dr. James was so gracious in inviting me to be a part of his men's summit this year. And I got the title of my lesson today. And when I tell you, I am like, I want to share it with you so bad. But I'm not going to. I'm going to hold it. But let me tell you, it's fire.
Is that heat?
It ain't fire. It's fire.
It's fire.
Yes, it's fire.
Yeah.
Yes. So one of the reasons Dr. James and we're chopping it up the way that we are is because over the years, we have highlighted and honored men in the month of June.
Right.
Not only have we done that, for those who know us, we both pastor together. For those who know us, that's one thing. We've done it not only in our church, but really since the inception of Fearless Girls, I have always tried to make it a point to highlight June as Men's Month. And so for the next few weeks, what we're going to do is everything that we focus on as we talk about boy balance, it is going to have something to do with men.
And I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
I think it's going to be great.
It's really exciting. So we're going to kick off this first episode with what I like to call the debate.
Wow.
The debate. And so we're going to talk about this. And I got this other question because I tried to give Dr. James a kind of a bit of an idea of what we were going to talk about. And I just gave that to him. So he has not had a chance or an opportunity to rehearse.
Right. Anything.
Anything.
Yeah. Because when she said debate, what we're going to do? We're going to go at it? Is it going to be barbershop debate? Is it locker room debate?
Right.
What I'm saying?
I see you got your TLR on. Your TLR on.
Representing the locker room all day.
Absolutely.
So, as guys, of course, the finals are happening now, and we are very passionate about things. And if you walk into a sports debate,
right,
and don't know the people participating, you may misunderstand the passion for and not know that these people are friends.
Right. For a fight.
Because we can really go at it.
Absolutely.
And afterwards, what we eating? You know what I mean?
Right.
It's okay. So I wasn't sure what had to put on. But I'm ready for it all. I'm here for it all, y'all. I am here for it all.
One of the things, one of the reasons why I'm good with this is because I really think fundamentally we see a lot of it the same. We may have some minor things that we see a little bit different, but I think fundamentally we see it the same. So now I do have something that I want to jump out the gate with. And I did not give you this one, but it's been in the back of my mind.
That's good.
But here is why we're going with this whole debate piece is because I believe the feminist movement has pushed women in the wrong direction, where we don't put the proper emphasis on the right thing. So we got to be able to put the right emphasis on the right things. But one of the reasons fundamentally I really like to address this being Men's Month and honoring Men's Month is because I believe, we're both Jesus lovers, I believe that there is a long-term systemic demonic goal to tear up the man, if I were to put it in it. So here is the piece that I'm going to jump out with. And that is the piece that we have gone from honoring men in June, and now there's a huge focus on June being considered Pride Month.
Right, right. And I think that's very intentional.
Yeah.
If you destroy the foundation of anything, the life of it, the ability for that thing to sustain attacks, sustain onslaughts, likewise for that thing to just produce and just continue to stand has been greatly hindered and impacted.
Yeah.
The cornerstone, now I'm not talking God. God is first.
Yeah.
God is first. The cornerstone of society is the male.
Right.
So God made the male first.
Yeah.
He started with the male first, and out of the male, he brought the female. You can get everything out of the male, but you cannot get everything out of the female. Now, understand, and I don't want to fight with anybody. You know, women, we bring forth kids. I understand. I totally get it.
Right.
That came to you outside of a man, though.
Right.
So it wasn't the other way around. God made a woman and took the man out of the woman.
Come on now.
God made a man and he took the woman out of the man, and he only used a small fragment, a small portion, a rib.
Right,
He took the rib, and from that rib, what was in that rib had the ability, all the abilities that a woman has today was inside of the man in his rib.
Yes.
We can't reverse that and say everything inside of a man is in a small part of a woman. That is not true at all,
This
because
is so good.
the man, his seed fertilizes the egg.
Right.
And without that, just like a chicken, if there's no rooster, there is no future. Even though the chicken is laying the egg.
That sounds like you can rap that. If there's no rooster,
There's
there
no
is
future.
no future.
Where my son's at? Give me some bars on that.
I love
but
it.
with it, once you add the male into it,
Yeah.
everything that has a seed has a future.
That's good.
Not being rude, but
That's
women
good.
do not have a
A
seed.
seed.
Do not.
Right.
Men, inside of the male body, God put the seed.
Right, right.
When he made woman from man, he didn't put a seed inside of a woman, he put an egg inside of the woman.
Right.
So the value of it, the importance of it, and when we think about men, oftentimes one of the greatest attacks of the enemy is to get us to think about the derelict guy.
Indeed.
The guy who's not doing his part, the guy who's not holding his weight. And that becomes the totality of all men.
Yeah.
When we think about women, we think about the best woman on the planet and make all women equal to her. And that is insane.
Come on, sir.
That is insane. So when we understand that, everything pertaining to the male will be attacked. It'll be some frontal attacks and some subliminal attacks with the intent to destroy our foundation. When God came into the earth, he came wrapped in a male's body.
Indeed.
He could have come in any form, but he chose the form that was best suited for everything he wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I don't want to argue or fight with anybody about it. When we get this, we preserve humanity the right way.
Right, right. And truth is truth.
Right.
Truth is truth. And so when we look at this, when you look at that, you can see very clearly how do you destroy? You destroy where the fabric and the foundation is.
Right, absolutely.
And so when we talk about this, Dr. James, one of the things that I believe is there is a level of equality. Let's make no mistake about this. There is a level of equality that I think every human should get.
Absolutely.
So we look at that. But what I think has happened, I think our focus really should be targeted more towards fairness than towards equality.
Yeah. Now, I can agree with that. So today, I took one of our vehicles to be serviced.
Yeah.
If they would treat me from an equality standpoint, they would expect me to go into the bay, grab tools, and get to work. Even though I lack the skill and the knowledge that the other men, I'm a man just like this guy is a man.
Right, right.
In fact, I'm older than some of the guys. I have way more life experience than some of the guys.
Yeah.
So from a equality standpoint, once you get to this stage in life, these things you should be able to do, equality.
Right.
That, if that's the case, then all of us should be able to accomplish the same thing.
Yes.
But if you're going to be fair with me,
right,
you're going to treat me based on who I am.
See, and that's it. So being equal is the state of being the same in size, degree, quantity, and value. Now, the value piece, okay, yes, we value life,
Yes.
but that's what I was going to say.
Yep.
We value life, but I think people miss that there is a value in the man that a woman, I think women oftentimes hear that as you're lesser than,
Right.
and that should not be the case.
So then let's go to today. I'll go right back to today.
Yeah.
So when I drove into the service center,
Yeah.
gentleman came out, took the VIN, our mileage. Another gentleman wrote the ticket up, got my key, made sure I had transportation for the rest of the day until my vehicle was done.
Yeah.
Well, now they were fair with me.
Absolutely.
I don't have the skill, knowledge. I know how to drive, but I don't know where their keys are. I don't know their forms or none of that.
Right.
So someone who had that knowledge, they were fair with me. They treated me based on who I am.
Right.
I am a customer.
Right.
They didn't treat me like an employee. They treated me like a customer. So they were fair. They didn't treat me equal. They treated me fairly.
Yes.
They didn't expect of me what a grown male is to know. No.
Right.
They expected of me what a customer is to know. So they were being fair with me.
Right.
If we remove that for equality, then we're going to expect everybody to do the same
exact
thing.
same thing. Exactly.
So you have to measure up. When it's time for us to make Thanksgiving, okay, you've been cooking, and you can cook, but you can't cook Thanksgiving.
Right.
So we break out the A team has to cook for Thanksgiving.
Right.
There cannot be. Listen, don't start that experimenting.
Now is not the time to try to figure this thing. I figure out how to make the dressing.
Come on, man.
This is not the day for you to be freestyling on dressing.
Right. The only people who can freestyle are those with superior skill.
Right.
And this is why. If something goes awry, they know how to recover, go back to the default dish, and still have everything set for Thanksgiving meal.
Yes. We getting so stuck, and I want us to get to some of these questions.
Yeah. Go for it. I'm ready.
Yeah, so we got the equal piece. You hit on the fair piece. Being treated fair is being treated with impartiality, being treated without favoritism, being treated without discrimination.
Right. And being treated with accurate knowledge.
I
know who you are.
Right.
So I'm treating you fairly based on who you are.
Absolutely. So I do have another question that I did not share with you. How do you feel? How has the women's movement affected our society as it relates to understanding the balance in being equal and being fair?
I think it has set us back. So I'll be quick of speech if I need to. I think it has set us back. It has caused us to focus on some things that are counterproductive for us. Exposure has the possibility to create an appetite.
Absolutely.
So if I'm introduced to being an equal now, I'm going to start thinking different. And some things that I saw at one point was fair and equitable. Now I think I've been cheated. I think that I've been mishandled. So now I'm going back and I'm undoing quality relationships because I think you did me wrong, because I need to be treated as your equal.
That part.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. So now, Dr. James, let's talk about the balance with being treated equal and being treated preferentially.
Okay.
So I'll let you kind of hit that, and then I'll give my feedback on it as well.
Okay. So preferential, that is, I'll give you this. You want to be treated from a preferential standpoint. I'm talking to females. You want to be treated from a preferential standpoint because that has greater value.
Absolutely.
For example,
see, that's good.
Yeah, in the barbershop, all the guys are talking in the barbershop, and it's barbershop talk. I'm not saying that it's rude. I'm not saying that it's vulgar, but it's a hostile, it's a tense environment. We're going back and forth. We're yelling at each other. That's not my behavior, but all the same. Hey, listen, I like a good barbershop. Go at it, right? And then a female comes in, and because we prefer her, we may not even know her. We're going to tone down the aggression. We're going to tone down our hostility because we don't want her to feel uncomfortable, whether we know her or not.
See, that's good.
Because she's preferred. Another dude walk in, doesn't matter who he is, he going to get that same work that everybody else gets.
All the other
he
dudes
going to sit there and you going to listen to, rah, rah, rah. No, he the GOAT. No, he trash. This, that. We shouldn't have that joke in office. We should do this. When a female comes in, we're going to tone it down because we prefer her. We give her greater value.
Yeah.
So,
and I think, let me say this, and I think that's where we miss it with that balance, because it's not viewed that way in a lot of cases in today's society.
Absolutely. And I do think, again, the introduction to I'm equal. And there's some places, and I'm not talking exclusively, there's some places where that should be the case, but the majority of the areas that were addressed and are on the table, that you don't want to be equal there.
Right.
I assure you, you do not want to be equal there.
And this is what's crazy though, Dr. James, because it's like I wanna be treated equal, and that means you're gonna be treated like you one of the dudes in the barbershop. But at the same time, I want to be treated, I want you to open my door for me, or I want you to pay all the bills. Like there's this whole idea that if you and I go out to dinner, it should not be Dutch.
Okay.
It should.
I'd like to introduce something.
Go for it.
I'd like to introduce something. Because women want
This
to be
is so good.
Women want to be treated like a queen.
Yes.
You got to, I don't know if that is really as clear to our modern day woman as the way a queen really was treated. A queen was the property of her king. Queen did not have her own. She was under her king.
It's good.
When it was time to go to war, the queen stayed home. The queen was not required to go out and battle. She was never seen as the king's equal. She was seen as his most valuable prize, so he would do anything to protect his queen.
His queen.
He provided for his queen.
Yeah.
But his queen never went against him publicly. His queen was
Come
one
on
of his
now.
greatest advisors privately. His queen was a brilliant woman who understood all of her husband's responsibilities.
Right.
And she assisted him privately.
Right.
But publicly, he sat at the throne of power without any equals or rivals.
Right.
And he kept her in a preferred, protected position.
Right.
So she wasn't out there making it happen. She wasn't out there, I'm out there tearing down. No, that's not how that went.
Right.
It's not how that went. So if you want to be treated like a queen, understand all that goes with it.
Right.
All that goes with it.
And I love this because at the end of the day, we're wired different.
100%.
We're wired very, very different. And so let's kind of hit a couple of things, a couple more things, because I'm loving this. Since this podcast / YouTube segment episode is about the debate. Should a woman be able to hit a man and the man not hit her back? I just jumped right out there with that one, didn't I?
Okay.
I jumped right out there with that one.
So don't be upset with me, Twan. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So
what about the discussion? Go ahead. Let me let you answer it fully first.
I raised my sons to not hit anybody.
Right.
However, if somebody rail back at you, first thing you do is
they do what?
rail
If
back.
they rail back at you.
Yeah. Hey, first thing you do is make sure they don't land. And if they do, that needs to be the last one that they land. You got to gather yourself and you got to deliver some punishment so they know not to come that way again. When you introduce violence into the relationship, violence into anything, you've now put yourself in a position to receive violence back.
Yeah. Okay, so what about, because oh my, this is so good. This is so good. We didn't have to do a part 2 on this. Okay, so what about the fact that the woman, it's like there's a discussion or an argument, a debate about it that says a woman, that woman can't beat you.
Gotcha. And
to keep your hands to your head.
And she knows it too. Since she knows it, she need to keep her hands to herself because you can't beat me. Why did you strike me?
Right.
You're out of control. So things are not going the way you want them to go, and you resort to violence toward me. I mean, what were you trying to do?
Right.
So you couldn't beat me, and yet you hit me.
Right.
What were you trying to accomplish? Are you trying to anger me? Are you trying to see my level of self-control?
Right. Okay, so let's switch. I got another juicy question for us. So, what are your thoughts about transgenders in sports? Case in point, should a male who has a sex change be allowed to participate in sports as a woman?
Okay, absolutely not. This is the thing. I don't think one has anything to do with the other. For example, this is a biological male who is attracted to other biological males.
Right.
And he wants to take on the role in that sexual relationship as the woman.
Okay. This is a perspective. Okay, come with it.
Transgender.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Boom. All right. But that's about my sexual preference. Wait, let me finish it.
Okay.
That's my sexual preference. That's my sexual orientation. That has nothing to do with sports. You're still 100% male in everything else. So I am.
I'm just loving. I love this. Okay. This is the debate part. I'm not saying I disagree. I just think it's a juicy.
Understand. I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure. Look, I'm cool. So this is the thing. In that relationship, you wanna be in a sexual relationship, a loving relationship, same sex.
Right.
Got it. All right. That decision pertains to that. That doesn't pertain to every aspect of life.
Okay.
So none of these guys want to be treated in wages like a woman. They want wages like a man.
Right.
So these guys don't want the Aunt Rose every month.
Right.
They want the freedom from Aunt Rose.
Come on down.
You want to have a sexual relationship with the male. You don't want everything that the woman has.
Okay.
You don't want to spend 9 months pregnant.
Okay, so what about the male who does want to spend 9 months pregnant? Because there are some who do. And what about the male who says he identifies as a woman and he changes to a woman, he does the sex change thing, and he's he's with a woman.
Okay.
Because there's some of those too.
All right. So
this is
the only thing he changed was his sex organ.
Yeah.
His physical anatomy and structure and strength, everything is still 100% male.
Right.
So if you cannot get rid of everything that's male, you have no right going into a female environment.
Right.
So just like in the animal kingdom, if you will, you will see a male lion, you see a female lion, with a lioness, excuse me, and the lion is bigger.
Yeah.
You see a male giraffe and a female giraffe, and the male is bigger. You'd see a male elephant and a female. So we're bigger, we're stronger.
Right.
So it's unfair for me to take my by birth superiority. Now, I'm not saying every man is superior to a woman. I'm not saying that.
Right.
I'm not talking.
Right.
I'm talking my physical structure. I'm talking my strength. I'm talking my muscle.
Absolutely.
Just my biology. On average, it is superior to a woman.
Right.
So I am going to compete, but I started first.
Absolutely.
With more. So we're going to race. We're going to race from here to the corner.
Yeah.
We both need to have shoes on, right? I have my shoes on, my shoestrings are tied. Your shoes are in the room, in a box, behind a locked door. And when I race you to the end of the driveway and I win, I cannot say that I'm faster.
Right.
That's it. You cannot say that you're better than a woman in that. It's not the same.
Right. And the thing is, there's so much I want to say on this, but for sake of time, I'm only going to hit a couple of things. So, like one of the things that I think our culture is trying to train us, like what you said is not the case, which is why there are so many movies where you see women being superior. Like if there's an action movie, good and doggone well that 90-pound woman can't beat up that 220-pound man.
He gonna eat her
punch. Yes. And so when I look at that, I'm reminded of me. By nature, I'm not a prissy chick, but I'm all chick.
Right.
And so, when you and I have had the discussion before, there's some dudes I could take some guys.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I don't want to eat a dude's punch.
Right. No.
I don't want to eat a dude's punch. I don't want to do that. I don't even want to try. And there's some situations I've been in where I've had to kind of measure, I had to kind of measure them up, figure out if I could take them.
Right, Without suffering real damage.
Without suffering real damage, because I don't want to eat a man's punch. And my thing is, I don't want to be in a male arena trying to do male things, just like I don't think a guy should be in a woman's arena doing women things, and then we try, because when they get the trophy, when they get the medal, when they get first place, to me, all that is saying is, you were average as a guy in the guy sports arena at best, And now you had to jump over into the women's arena to win you an award. Now,
absolutely,
that's just that now.
Absolutely.
And here's the thing, and I don't want it to be viewed like I'm saying that I'm hating on somebody who this is not about hate. It is not about being homophobic. It is not about having now I could talk about that from a spiritual perspective, but we're not talking about the spiritual perspective.
We're just having a natural dialogue.
Having a dialogue about it. And here's the reality. Even if they're a transgender, even if they have gender confusion, homosexual, gay, whatever you want to title it today, I can still love you even though I don't agree. I don't have to mistreat you.
Absolutely. It's not even on the table.
It's not on the table. And what I can't stand is how, now I've digressed, what I can't stand is for us to be put in a position where we're being treated like we hate on somebody because we don't like that.
Right, because we disagree.
Right.
Yeah, and with it, the whole sports aspect, women, so the world record was held by a man for speed.
Right.
And then the world record was broke by another man for speed.
Right.
And the world record was broke by another man for speed. So wait, if we're the same, then a woman should be in there somewhere.
Exactly.
If we use basketball, so the finals are happening.
Oh yeah, that's
now.
a whole discussion.
How often is a dunk taking place in a women's game?
WNBA. Right.
So you can get an average point guard, not a center.
Right.
An average point guard, and he can dunk.
Right.
You got forwards and centers who not good at dunking in the WNBA.
Right.
They're much taller than this guy.
Yes.
His strength and explosiveness is so much greater.
Right.
So when we look at that, boxing, okay, she 150 pounds, he's 150 pounds. I don't think she should be in that ring with him.
Right.
Oh my God, he's gonna peel through her.
Right.
In that sense, it's not the same. So because I desire to have sex with the same sex,
right,
I should not, as a male, enter into a sporting arena with anything but the sex I was born into.
Yes,
That's
biologically.
it.
And I heard you say this as we wrap up. I'm going to give you a chance in just a second to kind of give us some final thoughts on the whole idea about this equality versus fairness. I'll give you a chance to kind of think about what you want to say on that. But I think this whole discussion, the thing that we have to remember is we shouldn't, there is equality and there's fairness. And at the end of the day, we don't have to fight about what or why or how we got to this point. But at the end of the day, we should be in a place where we should be able to have fairness I want fairness in my wages. I want fairness in the workplace. Do not think that it's okay for me to do the same job that you're doing and pay me less money.
Right. Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, that is where I require fairness. I want to be able to vote.
I would like, if I can introduce it.
Go for
from
it.
this standpoint, equality and fairness. Fairness should always exist, but equality in some situations. Equality in pay. I want equal pay.
Absolutely.
Equality in voting. I want equal voting rights.
And that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Fairness. I want fairness in other aspects. You and I, in our relationship, I don't treat you from an equality standpoint. I treat you fairly.
Right.
Based on who you are,
right,
I prefer things to you.
Absolutely.
Rather than, so this morning, I was departing, and you were going to depart maybe an hour or so later.
Right.
If I'm dealing with you from an equality standpoint, you can go get the car to the garage just like I can. Right. So walk yourself out to the garage and get it. Well, from a fair, preferring and presenting things to you that are more customizable, I retrieve the vehicle and put it right by your door.
Yes.
So you walk out the door, 3 steps and bang, you're right in the vehicle
right.
that you were going to use that day.
Yeah. It's
raining. You don't have to deal with that before you're out. I've already handled that and
that's preferential. Yeah.
But that comes through that fair aspect.
Absolutely.
Preferential does not exist where equality is.
Indeed.
I will never prefer to my equal. you got to do it on your own. You got to get it on your own. You have the
That's
exact
so
same
good.
thing. So the fairness component should always exist. There are times that we must demand and require equality.
Equality.
I've done the exact same job as my male counterparts, my ladies are saying. You must receive the exact same compensation that your male counterpart would get.
That's it.
The bonus that a male would get for hitting the mark, for completing assignments, the same bonus must come your way, 100%. In a relationship, in a domestic relationship, you don't want equality. You want fairness. You want to be treated as the prize.
Yeah.
Understanding that.
Yes.
You don't want to be treated as his equal on
Right.
no level.
Right.
Because then the responsibility and the burden will be shifted on you, because now you're no different than him. And you can handle the exact same things that he can handle, but you're made different.
Thank you so much, Dr. James. That was awesome.
Oh, you
This
got it.
was absolutely incredible. And I really, really appreciate you taking the time to have the discussion with me, letting us chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
It has been most fruitful.
Oh, amen.
And I think
Amen.
and I think we got some real goodness out of this discussion. And I think,
Excellent.
I'm looking for, I think we may need to do a part 2.
Okay.
I think we may need to do a part 2 because I
Okay.
think there's some other things that are good to be discussed.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely think that, but I really appreciate it. So thank you so much.
You're very
I
welcome.
really appreciate it. Listen, before I go, I want to invite the ladies to meet me in Las Vegas for Pillow Talk Pajamas and Prayer, July 21st through the 24th. July 21st through the 24th. Pillow Talk Pajamas and Prayer. Now listen, it is not a conference. It is not a workshop. It is not a retreat. It's a fun, refreshing playtime. So yes, and really the prayer is in there because I'm gonna pray for y'all. But we're having pillow talk and pajamas. We're gonna have us some fun. And I want you to go. Registration is only $200. To register, you can go to wearefearlessgirls.com, or you can go to our Facebook page and click on the link where there's posts made about it. But I definitely want you to meet me in Las Vegas. Make sure you like and follow All Things Fearless Girls while you are there. If you're on YouTube, make sure you click the button, click the bell, hit the subscribe bell. Make sure that you're keeping up with All Things Fearless Girls. It's always a joy to have you all on with us. Thanks so much. And we're really excited once again about this whole podcast YouTube platform. We believe that it is going to be great. We also are excited. We'll be showing these on our Facebook page as well, but the platform is designed to be for podcasts and YouTube. So thank you all so very much. And for those who catch it on Facebook where you see the video and all of that, thank you so much for your feedback. Thank you so much for watching the replay. And as I always say, girls with dreams, they become women with vision. I'll see you next time. Bye.